Well, good morning, friends. Today is going to be a new format for the DK playbook. I was trying to think of something witty to say about my little talks in the afternoon. Sorry, we're in the car and we're driving. Don't worry, I'm not looking at the camera. Got complete control. But like I watched this one guy, Chad. Oh man, Chad, what's your last name? It's the 3 of 7 project. I love that dude. He's really awesome. But he calls, he's like, hey, another episode of Truck Talk, because he sits in his truck and he talks about stuff. Not exclusively, but see, look at that. I'm paying attention. But like my little walks in the afternoon when I get my lattes, nothing really goes with latte laughs. Don't know, but we'll work on that. There's a dog going across the crosswalk. I love it. But maybe you guys can give me some suggestions if you have some little witty term, or if you think I'm an idiot like latte loser. Let's not go with that one. But the other day, God, I don't know if this video is going to be any good because it's bumpy, it's probably loud. Yeah, whatever. Either this will be a test video or it'll be a keep video. The other day I mentioned how time flies when you get older. Like we extend our trip for 2 weeks or a month. Like it's just a blip on the radar. So I made the point of when you're 18 years old, a year is 1/18 of your life. Well, if I were a younger man, I could have done the math in my head. But I realized last night, I said, wait a minute, if I'm 55, 18 times 3 is 54. So I've lived over 3 18-year-old lifetimes. Oof, that's pretty rough. So whatever I knew at 18, I could have done it again. And then whatever I screwed up then, I could have redone and done it again. Like, wrap your head around that. So I think my point is, whatever mistakes you've made, you can fix them. You can redo them. You can not do them in the future. Maybe you can't redo them, but you'll get another chance. Fire truck coming, pulling over. That's one thing over here. Everybody is so courteous for emergency vehicles and stuff. And I bit my tongue last night, so if I'm slurring my words, it's not because I've been drinking first thing in the morning. But yeah, so I could have had 3 18-year-old lifetimes. Imagine if I could have taken one 18 years of knowledge and gone back, but we know we can't do that. I think what I'm trying to say is it's never too late. You can recreate yourself. Look what I'm doing. Freaking 12, 13 years ago when I knew some people who were internet influencers, and I made fun of them so much. What a jerk I was. Man, there's other shit I was a jerk for too, but we're just going to talk about that part today. And it's a tight parking area because of the snow. I'm not just a terrible driver. I actually once did a obstacle course in reverse in an armored Suburban. What do you think about that? In my former life, that was that was 18 years ago. So you see, it's when you take segments of your life. Sorry, this is really shaky. Take some segments of your life and chop them up into thirds or quarters. And maybe take some segments and say, hey, I really screwed up this 5-year, 8-year segment. Doesn't have to be like mine because I'm older. But, you know, if you're 30, take your 15 and 15. Let's do it that way. Because when you're 30, guess what? Before you know it, you're going to be 45. There's another 15-year block. So if you can fix... I thought I slept well last night, but you can see, man, I've got some bags under my eyes. Man, trust me, at 30 years old, if I could fix some things that I screwed up, that would be pretty cool. So, yeah. I never thought I'd be saying stuff like this because the older guys I knew that were either in the military or cops or did a lot of high-end security work, who would tell me stuff like, you know, now I have to carry a revolver because my arthritis, I can't load a magazine. And I thought, come on. Guess what? From all the impacts to my hands, I am almost like this hand. I'm at my right hand because I'm right hand dominant. So think about how many times my right hand was impacting something. Right, wrong, good, bad, or ugly. Yeah, I already feel it in my right hand. And speaking of impacts, I don't have any cauliflower ear, but I got hit in this ear when I was younger, and it broke the cartilage there, so I look like a little elf. I got to the doctor to try to get it removed, and he said it'll be even worse if he tries to remove that spot. So I said, well, I don't know. Would I rather have a bump or a divot? I could always say it was like a shark attack. Hey, what happened to your ear? Shark attack, swab. Okay. If anybody knows that quote, I'll be really impressed. If you're one of my friends, you definitely know that quote because that was a classic movie from the 80s. Man, I'm all over the place this morning. Good thing I'm at the gym. I only had 1 cup of coffee. But like I said, I slept well, but boy, I look beat up today. Yeah. So the quote, I'm not even going to do that one. And see, guys, I still don't edit my videos. I can put 2 videos together. I barely learned how to chop out mistakes, but I just give you all my mistakes. Like I said in my first few videos, this is like therapy for me. I just turn the camera on and I talk. As long as I'm talking to you guys, I'm not talking to myself. So, don't sweat stuff when you're younger. Like I went in the Marines when I was 18. I got out of the Marines for a girl. The girl was gone in 6 months. I had a good career going in the Marines. I regret making a decision for someone else. There's nothing more expensive than regret. That's a good quote, and that's mine. Nothing more expensive than regret. So, think about your choices. It's hard to think about the long term when you're 22 years old, 27 years old, but I'll say it 100 times on my channel. If I had somebody slap me straight, smack me around, whatever term you want to say, when I was younger, and just pull my head out of my butt. Man, I was so stupid for so long and so short-sighted. Not just with relationships, but with investments, with my health. I never thought I would have health issues. I never thought I'd live past 45 with my lifestyle, but here I am, and now I have to kind of make up for lost time, or redo some things because of the poor choices I made earlier in life. That's pretty accurate. Fix some things because of my poor choices. And man, there are a lot of poor choices. Poor decisions. But I can't complain about where I am today. That's when people ask me, like, oh, do you regret this or that? I said, well, all of those things got me to where I am today. And I'm in a great place. So I'm not bragging. I'm not saying my life is better than yours. Trust me, my life has been crap for a few years. And I struggled with a lot of things, personally, professionally, financially. I let the wrong people influence my life professionally. You guys know who you are. Sorry, kids. You weren't supposed to see that. But that's all behind me now. Now, hopefully, I have another 18 years to enjoy, and I'm still physically able to enjoy. Man, a lot of stuff's coming out in this video. I really hope it's not too bouncy or too loud because I don't have the microphone on. Because that's the other thing. I don't watch my videos after I post them. Nope, don't do it. So whatever I've said, I may not say it again. I may repeat myself, or I may have thought I said it and then I forget to say it in a future video. Excuse me, acid reflux. But I'm not going back to watch my own videos because that just sounds like torture. I'd probably stop making videos if I watched my own videos. All right. I'm going to wrap it up there. What are we at? 12 minutes. I know I've said before, I don't like to watch long videos, but I needed to just get a little bit out there today about my mistakes in life, not repeating them, just taking the next segment and making it good. So if I started this 18-year segment at 54, I'm 1 year into it. I turned 55 a few months ago, 3 months ago. And hey, so far so good for this segment. Man, when I think about the last 5 years ago, some of the shit I was going through. Wow. All right. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone who watches my videos. You guys are awesome. I can't believe. Hopefully I'm still entertaining, amusing, or something. At least I'm getting something out of this, so I hope you guys are getting something out of this. And that's it. So, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, I got to look at the camera when I say that. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Now,